What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. So I want to focus in on, obviously, last week the Quebec Remparts got awarded. I sound like an idiot. The 2015 Memorial Cup, and rightfully so. Even though people are complaining, big markets, but their most sought after draft pick is Noah Hanifin, Norwood, Massachusetts native, and Boston College recruit, possible number 3 overall pick in 2015, top 3, I should say. Franchise defensemen don't grow on trees, and that's what this young man is appearing to develop into at 6'2" and over 200 pounds, and putting up amazing numbers with the U.S. Development team, the U18 this week, and I think he'll have a big role for them over there in Finland. But there was talk about him going to Boston College next year as a 17-year-old draft eligible kid, which would have been groundbreaking for college hockey and for the NHL draft process. There are young kids that go there every year. Dachidemko, the goalie, top-ranked North American goalie this season, was 17 when the season started, but it was also because he had the in-between birthday, in between September 15th and January, and December 31st. Hannifin's January 25th, so he'd be 17 for that first part of the year, which I think Taves was 17 at Dakota's freshman year. I can't think of too many other ones that are and he, like I say, he'll have U.S. development team eligibility next season because he's a 97. But looking at it this way, I think Quebec's going to make a huge push for him over the summer. They would have made a push for him anyway. A, he's a good player, and B, Patrick Watt is still involved with that team, even though he's coaching in Colorado. He still owns it, and if he got to make a few phone calls, he will. He's a businessman, Watt. He's a smart guy. But I really think because they have the 2015 Memorial Cup, they can pitch that to him where, they got a good team. Not as good as they did last year, I think, but I think Duclair and a couple other guys will be back next season in Quebec. And I'd quite frankly say, you can be a game changer, and this can put you against. I'm not knocking the development team's competition, but the Q, I think, would be a little bit of a bump in competition. Not too much, but a little bit of a bump in competition. And again, the kid doesn't want to stay at not something doesn't like the development team. From what I heard from my sources tell me, it's he Pioneer High School. He went to St. Sebastian's Prep School in Massachusetts, which is a very good academic school. Pioneer High School, the kids in the development team go, isn't as rigorous academically, and he's saying like, what am I doing here? I think that's more what I was at. He likes his teammates, likes the situation, but the schooling is like a joke. And I'm not knocking Pioneer High School. This is just what my people are telling me. So he wants to be at BC next season. I think that's going to be his push. If that doesn't happen, I really think the Remparts going to make a push for him. His parents do not want him going to major juniors, and I see both sides of the argument. Don't get me wrong, but if they offer, a little bit of, I'm not saying junior teams do this, but if they offer a couple bucks under the table, I know a certain New England player got a lot of money recently from an unnamed major junior team, but that could change things. Dollar signs tend to differentiate the equation, to put it in mathematical terms. So I think it's possible, but we'll see what happens. And I think having the Memorial Cup next season is a chip they can use to get him. I still think he ends up at BC, and I think it's possible. Even if he can't accelerate his studies over the summer, he takes the classes first semester and then is at BC in December, January. I think that's a possibility as well. But I'm not ruling anything out because this kid's a special prospect, and him along with Eichel, White, Fitzgerald, a couple of other guys are going to be part of the Massachusetts rebirth that happens at the 2015 draft in Sunrise, Florida. Anyway, that's all I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ about Quebec hosting the 2015 Memorial Cup and how that affects Noah Hanifin. Stay tuned for more episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.